Have you ever heard somebody say that you just need to sit with those feelings? What the heck does that even mean? Just sit with it. Well, sitting with the feeling is a little more complicated than we might think. We're gonna go over what this actually means. How do you do it? Sit with your anxiety. I'll show you step by step. Imagine you're in the midst of a storm. The OCD thoughts and anxiety. They're swirling around you, making you feel overwhelmed and probably panicked. It's like being caught in a tornado in your own mind. But here's the thing. You don't have to run away. You don't have to fight against it either. Instead, you can learn to sit right in the middle of the storm, calmly, confidently. This is where exposure and response prevention comes in. Short name for it, ERP. This is the cornerstone of OCD treatment. With ERP, you gradually expose yourself to situations or triggers that set off your OCD and make you feel pretty anxious. But it's okay, it's worth it. And we're doing this without the usual compulsions. You know those things you do to want to feel better? I would want to do them too. So instead of me wasting your time, I'm gonna break it down step by step. Break it. Step 1, identify the trigger. What is it that is setting off your OCD and anxiety? Maybe it's a specific thought, a situation, or even a physical sensation. We want to identify this, write this down. Step 2, allow yourself to feel discomfort. That word is really important. Allow. Instead of trying to push the feelings away to escape, we acknowledge them. Acknowledge them. We accept that they're here, but remember that they don't define you. We actually are like letting the floodgates open. Let the thoughts happen if they want to happen. Step number 3, ride that wave. Just like the waves in the ocean, emotions come and they go. So rather than trying to stop them or control them, let them wash over you. Trust that they will eventually pass, but don't count on that. Let it pass if it wants to. If it doesn't, cool. We're accepting that as well. P.S. I got some Ride the Wave shirts in my merch store. I'm gonna link that down in the description. Well, it's simple, right? Well, not exactly. It's tough to not go into problem-solving mode when we're feeling major anxiety or really any discomfort. But that is what sitting with anxiety really means. I'm choosing to not say it's good or it's bad. I'm not putting any judgment on the feeling or the thought, and I'm not catastrophizing on purpose. I'm allowing myself to feel the feeling, not do a single thing about it. Even after I'm done feeling the feeling, I don't say, okay, well, now I can solve it. What we do know is that the feeling cannot last forever, and we choose the value of it by the actions that we take. If you feel anxious and you immediately do something to get it to go away, the brain learns, man, this is a big deal. I'm gonna keep reminding you of this anxiety. However, what do you think is gonna happen if you simply do nothing? It's gonna say, danger, 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 and you're just like, okay. It will learn something from that moment. The okay means, all right, cool. I guess you're saying I'm in danger. Let's see if it happens. It's almost like you're playing a little game with it. Let's see if it happens. And it doesn't happen most of the time. And the brain says, oh man, I think I was wrong. I was wrong. I need to stop telling you you're in danger because I was wrong. But no, it doesn't learn this the first time you try it. It's a skill that you use over and over and over again. Sitting with the feeling means that you're just noticing how the body is feeling. How is your breath? How is your heart rate? How is your head? Describe what it feels like without putting any judgment whatsoever. Give yourself permission to have the feeling. Allow it to move all by itself if it wants to. Where some people get it wrong is they're like, it's not working. I'm still feeling it. It's not working. It's not going away. If you have the thought, the goal is for it to go away. That's the wrong thought. Our goal isn't to let it go away. That's why we're sitting with it. You can stay for 48 hours if all I care. You can also go away in 5 minutes. It's up to you, but I'm not going to control it either way. Permission is important. When is the last time we gave ourselves permission to have a thought? Even if it's the strangest, most taboo, the grossest, scariest thought you can think of, I still got to give myself permission to have a thought. I tend to use this analogy a lot, but I love it. Because when we get in that really cold swimming pool, if we fight it, it's gonna be more painful and it's gonna last longer. But if we just jump in, it doesn't feel great, but we spend that time just like, woo, I love this water. Woo, it's cold, but that's great and I love it. That's awesome. Oh, so great. Guess what ends up happening? We get used to the cold water. And it's like a switch has been flipped. It's not really that much of a gradual thing. All of a sudden we're like, oh yeah, it's not so cold. So if you imagine the same thing, you're jumping into a freezing pool and you're jumping right back out immediately. Your brain will only have the opportunity to remember that pools are bad. They're cold, man. You didn't stay in long enough to teach it that it's actually gonna be okay. So it's all about what can we teach our brain. It's learned over time patterns that are incorrect. So we gotta fix it once and for all. Sitting with it means that I'm not identifying which thoughts are harder or worse than another. The most taboo thought of whatever is the worst. I can't think of that one. It's actually an all thing, all thoughts. We want all the thoughts because that's where people tend to falter. I can't do this with this thought. That was horrible. No, your thoughts are not different. We gotta do it for all the thoughts. Try not to fall for that trap. In fact, I have a video of how they are not different here. So my friends, I just scratched the surface of OCD treatment here and how to sit with it. For a more step-by-step approach, make sure you look down in the description, the Master My OCD course. I'm curious what your experiences have been with sitting with anxiety. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. I'm gonna sit here with you for a second. Am I making you anxious? Am I making you anxious? Sit with the anxiety. Just kidding. Now I'm just wasting your time. Sit with the anxiety. All right. You sat. Well, I'm just gonna sit here long. Just kidding. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.